Hello everyone, welcome to AutoLab. What is the most popular SUV in the 150,000 yuan range? Of course it is. Before that, my colleague has taken you to taste the appearance and interior of XPENG MONA L03, and today I'll show you how it drives. So today's content will be divided into two parts, the feeling of XPENG VLA 2.0 and the feeling of driving. Yes, 150,000 budget can also buy VLA 2.0, 1,500 tops of computing power, navigation assistance from parking to parking level, and NGP roaming without navigation. With a 150,000 yuan budget, it's the richest and most complete driver assistance experience you can buy. Then today we came to Huairou in Beijing. It's going to go through some mountain roads, urban expressways to see how it drives. Without further ado, let's get started. We have now arrived in the urban area of Huairou and switched to NGP roaming mode and see where it will take us. When you have free time at night and feel like going out for a stroll but don't know where to go, you can use this NGP Roam function. I'm on the only straight line on this road right now. Then there is the internal road ahead, and it's quite narrow. It chose a particularly difficult level for itself. Tire repair and car wash, barbecue in the yard. Will you take us to have a barbecue? Oh my god. There's no way ahead, bro. I just drove out of the barbecue restaurant it took me to. I drove it myself. This is very unexpected. We've now turned on the NGP roaming again. Let's see where it takes us. I thought the NGP roaming principle was just drive straight ahead and again. But now it doesn't seem to be all that. It knows how to turn. We are now in the waiting area. Okay, now the left turn light is on, drive away. So it's probably going to keep going straight if there's no car in front of it. If there's a car in front, it's going to follow the car in front. Just now, Mona L03 took us to the barbecue restaurant. Then went to the government service center in Huairou district. Let's see where else it can take us. This is a very narrow road. Detour, narrow passing, in one go, very nice. Construction diversion. It sees it, awesome. When encountering a construction detour while turning left just now, you'll notice it hesitates a little at first, but this is normal. If you are driving, you will also hesitate in the left lane and the right lane. But it reacts quickly. Recognize that walking on the left is the correct road direction. Normally, that's the wrong way. But it's coming. It's very reactive. Here's another construction diversion. Why did the car in front stop right in the middle of the road? Go detour. The action is very quick. Our roaming is almost over here. We've been out of Huairou for a long time. We don't know where it's taking us. After driving it, I think it has two very distinct characteristics. One is that it will most likely keep going straight. The second is that if there is a car in front of it, it is very likely to follow the car in front. So if NGP roaming takes you anywhere, where you end up will probably depend on where the car in front of you is going. After watching this roaming, let's see how it behaves when we drive into the mountains and villages of Huairou. Narrow road passing. Turn slightly to the right. Very good, very linear coming. And it maintains a good distance from the car beside. There's a curve and narrow road. Very good. Its speed didn't drop to zero all the way from the meeting to the exit. Plus, the speed reduction is relatively linear, so the scene just now was actually quite tense. When I saw the car, my heart suddenly tightened. But Mona L03 didn't seem too flustered. It hits the right direction and squeezes forward, to make room for the car next to it to pass. Then it follows closely to finish the cornering. The whole process was smooth and seamless, very smooth. When turned left unprotected, there is an oncoming car in the opposite direction. But it still manages the speed. And then smoothly pass by. It won't mechanically slow down to yield or take other similar actions, just because an oncoming vehicle is approaching. The sense of security and efficiency are maintained very well. In fact, assisted driving has developed to now, other people or cars give an action, and our car gives a reaction to this situation. Now all companies are almost the same. The obvious difference lies in how to choose in a situation like just now, which can go or not, and is relatively vague. We have passed oncoming vehicles many times in a row on this S-curve. And there are no lane lines. A lot of cars parked next to me. However, Mona L03 moves very flexibly under such circumstances. So far after driving it, the only minor issue I found is its speed. Although whether it is accelerating or decelerating, its speed is controlled smoothly, but it's slow. It's very slow. Now the displayed speed limit is 60 km per hour, but it only drives to 40 km per hour. So you have to put your foot on the accelerator to add up the speed. Finally, let's talk about the manual driving experience of the Mona L03. The first thing that pleased me was the steering wheel design. It is very similar to XPENG's new P7. There is a button for assisted driving. And a driving mode function button. It seems to make people have a strong urge to drive it. And it has a really nice grip as a whole. But there is one thing. I think it can be made a little bigger. Which makes it look more driving desire. In terms of driving configuration, it adopts a rear-wheel drive power form. Then the suspension is a combination of front McPherson and rear 5 links. In short, with this configuration at this price, its cost performance is definitely worry-free. When you actually drive it, first, the power is very sufficient. Its 0 to 100 acceleration is 6 seconds, although the numbers don't seem so impactful. But in fact, it is quite sufficient for daily life. Turning is also very handy. Mona L03 is also integrated into the AI chassis, but it doesn't just focus on comfort, but to transmit the road feeling to the car as much as possible, so that you know a state of the car. But I think what needs to be optimized a little bit is the whole filtering. Sometimes when crossing some speed bumps or bad roads, it transmits some fine vibrations, which makes people a little uncomfortable. The Mona L03 is positioned as a smart and fashionable SUV. If you look at its shape, you will find that it's not about the kind of mainstream spatial practicality, but it is smart, fashionable and fun. For example, the NGP Roaming, although it led me down a blind alley today. But this sense of going wherever love goes is very enchanting. Our lives are now filled with too many goals and rules. And the roaming feature is basically throwing it all away, then go aimlessly. This feeling is very addictive. In terms of human driving, as a 150,000 yuan SUV, it certainly can't give you that extreme feeling. At this price point, it must be a level that belongs to the upper middle class. Then I personally like this SUV very much. What do you think of the XPENG Mona L03 after reading this content? Welcome to share your thoughts.